This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone, I'm Jasmine Self, a health educator consultant. I work with the Florida Department of Health in Okaloosa County. The DOH works with many community partners, including Healthy Start of Okaloosa and Walton counties, on a project called Recipe for a Healthy Baby. The recipe for a healthy baby is made up of 4 simple ingredients: breastfeed your baby, safe sleep for baby, never shake a baby, and quit for baby. Our group works to reduce the number of infant deaths that occur in Okaloosa County. We want to make sure that every caregiver in Okaloosa County is able to make the choices that allow them and their children to live a long and healthy life. Today, we'll be talking about each of the 4 ingredients of the recipe for a healthy baby. First up is breastfeed your baby. Research tells us that breastfeeding has many health benefits for both moms and babies. If 90% of families in the United States exclusively breastfeed for 6 months, nearly 1,000 infant deaths could be prevented. Before we begin with this section, we want to make it clear that not all moms and babies are able to breastfeed. Please know that the best baby is a fed baby. Yes, breastfeeding has many health benefits, but you must choose what's best for you and your child. We know that not everyone is able to breastfeed, and if you can't, it doesn't make you any less of a mom or parent. But we do know that breastfeeding has amazing benefits for both moms and babies. Everything in breast milk comes from our bodies and is custom made for our baby's needs. Everything in formula comes from cows or soy plants, or some other non-human source. As you can see in this list, research shows there are many benefits to breastfeeding. Breastfed babies have lower risk of things like asthma, certain cancers, ear infections, type 2 diabetes, and even SIDS. Not only is breastfeeding good for babies, but it helps moms too. Women who breastfeed have reduced risk for breast and ovarian cancer. They also have lower risks of diabetes. Because of these benefits, breastfeeding is encouraged and recommended to all parents who are able. Sometimes moms choose not to breastfeed because dads or other caregivers feel like they can't bond with their baby without giving them a bottle. This isn't true. There are many ways other caregivers can promote bonding. Support moms in breastfeeding. Some of the ways to do this are by giving support by sitting and talking with them while she's breastfeeding, getting up to grab any supplies she needs, or helping with household chores while your baby is feeding. Listening. When your baby cries, they have a need. When you respond to your baby's cries, you're not spoiling them, you're teaching them how to love and trust. Staying close. You can hold your baby, wear them in a carrier, take them for walks, play with them, and read to them. Being patient. During the first weeks, you and mom will be tired from the late night feedings and diaper changes. You will both be stressed. Be loving and kind to one another. Remind yourselves that this is temporary, and this stressful time will get better quickly. We know that breastfeeding can be hard, especially when you and your baby are first learning, but there are many resources to help you. Healthy Start holds events like the world's greatest baby shower, shares information with new parents through hospitals and OBGYN offices, and creates a family resource directory with tons of helpful information. Another way to receive breastfeeding support is through taking classes with other parents. The Florida Department of Health in Okaloosa County offers free breastfeeding classes in their WIC offices. DOH Okaloosa also WIC peer counselors on staff that can help develop a personal breastfeeding plan to help a mother get off to a good start. Breast pumps can also help parents when they return to work, travel, or want to pump and bottle feed. The breastfeeding support staff can determine if a mother qualifies. Please remember, the best baby is a fed baby. Did you know more than 3,500 babies in the United States die suddenly and unexpectedly every year while sleeping? These deaths are often due to sudden infant death syndrome, or SIDS, or accidental deaths from suffocation or strangulation. The good news is we can all make small changes to help prevent babies from dying due to unsafe sleeping practices. Let's look at what safe sleep means. We're going to play a little game. We'll show a photo of a crib, and we want you to think about whether the area is a safe sleep environment or if there are issues that may be dangerous. Not correct. There's a pillow and bedding. Not correct. There are bumpers and a blanket. Correct. There's a firm mattress, no toys or pillow. Not correct. There's toys, a pillow, and a blanket. Not correct, because there's a blanket. Now, guess which sleep position is correct. Is it stomach, side, or back? If you guessed back, you're correct. Why is it so important to place our babies asleep on their backs? Sadly, babies can die from suffocation when they are not placed on their backs. Following these simple guidelines can prevent sudden infant death syndrome. Alone. Babies should never sleep in the same bed as adults. Only bring your baby into your bed to feed or comfort. The American Academy of Pediatrics, or AAP, recommends that infants should sleep in the same room as their parent on their own infant sleep surface for at least 6 months and up to a year. This practice is called room sharing because the child is in the same room as the parent, but should not be confused as bed sharing, which is when the child is sleeping in the parent's bed. There is evidence in the AAP guidelines that room sharing, but not bed sharing, may reduce the risk of SIDS by up to 50%. Back. Place on his or her back dressed. Lying in the back helps the baby to easily draw in air by keeping the mouth and nose free of obstructions. This position also helps the baby easily swallow anything that is spit up or coughed up during sleep, as we learned in the video. Crib. Always put a baby down to sleep on a firm mattress in a safety-approved crib, bassinet, or play yard that has no blankets, bumpers, or stuffed animals. Instead of using a blanket to keep a baby warm, dress him or her in an age and size appropriate sleeper or sleep sack type pajamas. The next ingredient is never shake a baby. Shaken baby syndrome is a serious type of child abuse. It can cause brain injury when a child is shaken. Did you know that 10% of infants in Okaloosa County have died from trauma or abuse caused by a parent or caregiver since 2009? Let's take a closer look at shaken baby syndrome and learn why we should never shake a baby. It can be dangerous to shake a baby. Every baby is different, so the symptoms may vary. Babies that are victims of shaken baby syndrome can have serious long-term damage. Some symptoms show up right away, but others may not appear until later. 25% of victims die, and 80% of those who survive have permanent damage. One major reason a parent or caregiver may shake a baby is because they want the baby to stop crying. Think of crying as one of the ways babies communicate. Dealing with a crying baby can be stressful. Learn how to cope and make sure anyone who watches your child knows how to manage stress and prevent shaken baby syndrome. Shaking, throwing, or hitting a baby is never the right response to crying. The great news is that shaken baby syndrome is preventable. Don't forget, it is healthy for babies to cry a lot in the first few months of life, but it will get better. Don't be caught off guard. There are things you can do to comfort your crying child. First, check to make sure the baby isn't hungry and has a clean diaper. Your baby might also be cold. Make sure there is no sign of illness, such as fever or swelling, and your baby is not in pain. Remember, you are not a bad parent or caregiver if your baby continues to cry. It's not your fault. Sometimes babies cry and there's nothing you can do about it. It's not your fault. Your baby may still cry after you have done all you can to calm him or her. If nothing you have tried works, try these other tips. Know your limits. If you get angry at your child, be sure the baby is safe and then walk away. Count to 10 and call a friend. It's okay to ask for help. Seek help and support. Remember, crying won't hurt babies, but shaking will. Also, make sure all caregivers know to never shake a baby. Quitting tobacco is the most important thing a mother can do for her health and her baby's health. If you smoke during pregnancy, you are more likely to give birth too early. This is called a premature birth. The earlier the baby is born, the greater the chances for serious health problems or death. Smoking slows your baby's growth even before birth. Smoking can damage your baby's lungs and brain. Smoking doubles your risk of abnormal bleeding and can put both you and your baby in danger. Smoking increases your baby's risk for birth defects. Babies of moms who smoke during pregnancy and babies exposed to cigarette smoke after birth have a higher risk for SIDS. What do you notice about the pictures on the slide? These are premature babies or babies born too early. Did you know that over 500 premature births could be avoided if pregnant women did not smoke? Quitting isn't easy, but you don't have to do it alone. We're here to help. The West Florida Area Health Education Center, or AHEC, offers tobacco and nicotine cessation classes. You can call West Florida AHEC at 1-866-341-2730 or 850-398-6965. They also offer free Zoom classes. You can call in or join by video. Quit Your Way offers you 4 different ways to quit. You can call 1-877-822-6669. You can go online, you can do a group quit, and much more. Go to tobaccofreeflorida.com for more information. We can all come together to save our babies. Here's what you can do to help. Tell a friend, neighbor, or relative about their recipe for a healthy baby. Breastfeed your baby. Safe sleep for baby. Never shake a baby, and quit for baby. Ask your community group, church, or other organization to host a presentation. Support other pregnant women and new moms. Help them get the facts on how to help their babies survive and thrive. Please reach out to us if you have questions or need services.